Are you fed up of being lied to? Yeah! You fed up of being targeted? Yeah! Are you going to pay another €250? No! Then tell Gilmore what you think of him. Gilmore! I have here in front of me the pledge that he signed in 2011. Vowing not to increase fees, to protect grants. And what do we get? Fee increases at the first budget, cuts to the grant, a new grant system that is absolutely rubbish. What do we think of Gilmore and this government? Gilmore!
We're here because fees have increased by 150% in 4 years, and we can't afford another cut. We're sick of hearing about free fees when we have the second highest fees in Europe. We're here because we're sick of being lied to by politicians, and we're sick of being an easy target come budget time every single year.
They say cut back! We say fight back! They say cut back! We say fight back! 34 years ago, the man who would be standing here talking to you as USI President would be Eamon Gilmore. And 34 years ago, what Eamon Gilmore would say is that education is a right and not a privilege. That education should be free at the point of entry, should be accessible to all, regardless of financial circumstances. He would have told you that we should have a grant system enviable of the world. He should have told you, he did tell you, that we should have a fee system that has no barrier to education. But the minute he got into office, he reneged on the promise. He lied to you. Students in Ireland voted him in, their families voted him in, and he turned round and he lied to us. As Rachel said, 2 days before the general election, he went on to the 6-1 News and told this country that he had 2 priorities, college fees and child benefit. Where are they now? Where are they now? He's cutting the benefit and he's hiking fees for more than any other party in the history of this state. Shame on you, Eamon Gilmore. Where's the Labour Party that we had a belief in, that we thought had principles to govern? Where are they? Nowhere. And the Labour Party, they're not in Uganda actually, I checked. And they can be a great party again. They can. We have to believe that they can. But the only way that we can convince the Labour Party to stand up for what they believed in is by getting out on the street, not just once, but time and time and time again. This is the beginning, this is the start of a new country. It's our country, it's our future, it's about time we reclaimed it. Eamon Gilmore, shame on you, but you know what? We're not going away. Thank you very, very much. In 2011, last year, before the general election, Rory Quinn and Eamon Gilmore signed the pledge. We have here the pledge. And we're going to hand it over to representatives of the Labour Party to remind them what they promised us, to remind them what they said to us, and how they have lied to us. Shame! 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 Shame!
Outside Eamon Gilmore's office, I'm with Dun Laoghaire, USI President. John, we just had the protest there today. Are you happy with the turnout?
I think the turnout was good with 400 to 500 people now from UCD and IADT. One of the interesting things actually when I was walking through the crowd, there's a good few parents and local business people there as well, because they would have came to the public meeting and saw that when you try to cut higher education, it's actually cutting the community, not just the students themselves. We saw a very interesting statistic released last week that 1.3 million families in this country live on less than €50 per month whenever they pay all their essential bills. Those are the people that Deputy Gilmore are trying to target in this budget, and something I think as a country that we have to stand up against. It's a divergence from previous USI campaigns where we just had one national march. I think the idea of this is to give people back on the ground the power to make the change themselves, to make it local, to make it empowering each individual student to do something in the campaign, whether it's contacting their TD, writing a letter, talking to a local business person, talking to their parent. So the whole idea of it is that every single person in this country, regardless if you're a student or not, has a sense of ownership and almost an obligation to get involved in the campaign, and so far I think it's been working really successfully. To the leader of the Labour Party, again, 1978 he was actually the USI President, so he should know uniquely the detriment that higher education cuts have, not just on students themselves but on the community as a whole. So I think if anybody, Eamon Gilmore needs to be reminded of the message of why in fact his Labour Party was elected, and it was to protect some of the most vulnerable people and to have long-sighted policies in terms of higher education as well. To say that this should end on December the 5th would be a discredit to the people we represent. So if Eamon Gilmore and his people in the Labour Party and indeed Fine Gael don't listen to us now, we're not going away, and I suppose that's the message we get across.
Okay, thanks very much for talking to us. John. Thank you.
We're simply sending the message that students are at their breaking point. Like every day there are students applying to the emergency welfare fund in UCD, and that's a fund designed solely for students who don't have either money for food or money for rent. And we're saying that if you increase the fees by another $250, Eamon, then you are essentially telling a whole kind of a whole swath of students that they can't continue in college. And we're also reminding him of the pledge that he made before General Election 11. The difference between a Fine Gael and a Fine Gael Labour government would be that a Fine Gael Labour government wouldn't increase the student contribution charge. I think we definitely sent a very strong message outside his home constituency office that if he continues on the path that he's going towards Budget 2013, that he's not going to get re-elected in his own constituency.
We're here to stand up to Eamon Gilmore because he's done nothing but lie to us. Had students out from IADT, UCD, the streets were packed, and hopefully they'll listen to us now.
To show the government we're not going to sit back and let them bully us.
The politicians know that we can't afford another 250, that we can't afford another cut to the grant, and that we will continue to come out on the streets and protest. And I think that this has to be a stepping stone for future action, for future student protests, not only just contacting TDEs, political lobbying, which is what we're doing this week, but actually getting out in the streets, getting out and doing physical action to show that we haven't gone away and that we do still care about this. I'm delighted with the turnout and with all the people who came out and the peacefulness and the real engagement that we had all week with this subject.
Like, it's a really important issue. Like, Labour lied, and that's it. And we don't want fees to increase or grants to be cut. It'll just hurt the most vulnerable more and more.
In December, if the budget does increase the fee, what you think?
Absolutely, yeah. We're not going to give up.
I was extremely pleased with how today went. We'd very good numbers out. The whole campaign's been done so far, getting the message out to students about what's going on. The idea behind the UCD Gilmore 250 campaign, so I was extremely pleased with how today went. The persistent lobbying of TDs, of politicians, that'll continue. That's been going on for the last number of weeks, and that'll continue on until the budget. And then, of course, we're taking part in the March Against Austerity this Saturday in Dublin. So that's the short term, and there will be more after that, which needs to be discussed and sorted out.
What do you feel you've achieved today?
What we've achieved today is, one, getting the message really out there to students. We've been doing that all of last week, but we've really gotten it out there today. We've shown, in this instance, Eamon Gilmore and the Labour Party, that we're not pushovers, we're not easy targets, and this is where we draw the line.
Okay, well, Shane, thank you very much for being on CTN News.